Math is a wonderful thing. Math is a really cool thing.
Alright guys, this is now the third method on how to solve system of equations. Now this method is what we call elimination. We usually use elimination if we have equations that are in standard form, and we can eliminate variable by either adding or subtracting the two equations. For the elimination method, we will have two parts. The first part is when you're adding and subtracting the two equations. And then later on, we are going to discuss part 2 of elimination. That is, we need to multiply first before we can add and subtract and eventually eliminate the variable. This method will work if both equations are in standard form, which lines up the like terms. And then if the equations have opposite terms such as 4x and negative 4x, we can just add the equations and then the x variable will be eliminated. Or if the equations have identical terms, meaning they have the same term, same sign, same coefficient, and same variable, just like negative 4x and negative 4x. When you subtract the equations, then the x variable will be eliminated. Once the variable has been eliminated, we can now solve for the remaining variable. Alright, so let's show these steps using an example. So example number 1. If you look at the two equations, the y variables have different signs. Okay, I have negative in my first equation, my y is negative in my first equation, and I have a positive in our second equation. If we are going to add the two equations, the y variable will be eliminated. So let's do that right now. So once we add the two equations, you will have x plus x, it's 2x. These two will cancel out using additive inverse. 25 plus 71 will give us 96. And then we can now solve for x. When you solve for x, divide by 2 both sides. So x will be equal to 48. Once you have a value for your variable, we can now either choose the first equation or the second equation to solve the y variable. Now let's use the second equation to solve the y variable. So using the second equation, so x plus y equals 71, but the x that we got is equal to 48. So I'll replace this by 48. Subtract 48 both sides. I will have y equals 71 minus 48 is actually equal to 23. So there we go. We already have the value for the y. So our solution is 48, 23. And since we have one point, we have one intersection, we are going to say that we have here one solution. Of course, some of you might say, what if instead of eliminating the y variable, let's eliminate the x variable? Well, that's possible because look, we said earlier, as long as we have identical terms, once we subtract the two equations, that variable will be eliminated. So in this case, the x and the x are identical. So we can eliminate x instead of eliminating the y. We can eliminate x here by subtracting the second equation from the first equation. So let's subtract. So x minus x is 0, so it will cancel out. Negative y minus y is equal to negative 2y. 25 minus 71 will give us negative 46. And then dividing by negative 2, we will get y equals 23, which is actually the y value that we got earlier. So we are showing another way of solving this system. This time we eliminated the x variable. Once we have a value for y, I can either use the first equation or the second equation. So I'll use my first equation. So x minus y is equal to 25, but my y is equal to 23, so replace your y by 23. Solving for x, just add 23 to both sides. We will get x equals 48. So we already got the same answer, 48 comma 23. Okay, so don't forget to verify your answer. So to verify our answer, let's just plug in. So x is 48 minus y. Is this equal to 25? Yes, indeed. Let's verify the second equation. X is 48 plus 23. Is this equal to 71? So we have 71 also. So now we verified our solution, and we can say then that our answer is indeed correct. Example number 2. If you look at this system, the y terms are identical to each other. I have 3y in my first equation. I have 3y in my second equation. So if you subtract, the y variable will be eliminated. So let's subtract right now. So 6x minus 4x will give us 2x. 3y minus 3y is equal to 0. And then 24 minus 18 will give us 6. Dividing 2 to both sides will get x equals 3. Okay, next, let's choose one of the equations and replace the x variable. This time, I'm going to use the second equation. So 4x plus 3y equals 18. Now our x is equal to 3, so I'll just replace my x here by 3.
Then we are going to solve for y. This is 12 plus 3y equals 18. Minus 12 to both sides, so 3y is equal to 6. Divide by 3 both sides, we'll get y equals 2.
So our answer is 3, comma 2. Again, we have here one solution. So don't forget to verify your answer. So our x is equal to 3, so 6 times 3. Y is equal to 2. This is equal to 24. This is 18 plus 6. 18 plus 6 is equal to 24. So that's correct. Let's verify the second equation. 4 times x, which is 3. 3 times y equals, which is 2. Is this equal to 18? So 4 times 3 is 12 plus 6. 12 plus 6 is actually equal to 18. So after verifying, we can confidently say that our answer is correct. Our example number 3. For this system, you can see that we have an opposite terms in terms of our x variable. So in this case, we are going to add the two equations. When you add the two equations, the x variable will be eliminated. So let's do that. 2x plus negative 2x is 0. 5y plus 3y is equal to 8y. 19 plus 5 is actually equal to 24. Divide by 8, y is equal to 3. Next, let's use either of the equations and solve for the x variable. This time, I'm going to use, well, we can use the first one. So let's just use the first one. So 2x
Plus 5. Now we are going to replace the y variable here by the y that we got earlier. So 5 times 3 equals 19. We'll have 2x plus 15 equals 19. Subtract 15 both sides, we'll get 2x equals 4. Divide by 2, so x is equal to 2.
we have one solution. Don't forget to verify your answer.
2 times x, 5 times y Is this equal to 19? That's 4. That's 15. 4 plus 15 is equal to 19, which is correct. Next, negative 2 times x, 3 times y. This is equal to 5. Negative 2 times 2 is negative 4. 3 times 3 is 9. Is this equal to 5? I think so. 9 minus 4 is equal to 5.
Alright, there we go. That's how we use elimination.
Math is a wonderful thing. Math is a really cool thing. Math is a wonderful thing. Math is a really cool thing.